Hi everybody, I'm Jared Pike. This is Shell Point Today for Wednesday, July 3rd. On today's show, we visit the UPS room, whose volunteers are always ready to address your shipping needs. We'll also find out who at Shell Point was born on the 4th of July. And we'll learn how Charlotte Stemple found herself in Bob Hope's USO show in Vietnam. But first, on this July 4th week, we are exploring the history of the United States from many different angles, including the artistic angle. American art has gone through many stages, from colonial to contemporary. We have an art history expert, Dottie Megan, coming to Shell Point for 3 weeks in July to guide us on the journey. The first American art history class takes place this morning at 10 a.m. in the Grand Cypress Room at the Woodlands, with 2 more classes on the following 2 Wednesdays. Now, to sign up, call the Island Service Desk at 454-2282 or the Woodland Service Desk at 454-2054. Now, let's discuss what's on tap for tomorrow, July 4th. All Shell Point offices will be closed tomorrow, including the medical center and the pharmacy. Everything will reopen for normal hours on Friday. However, the Crystal Room will offer a special July 4th lunch featuring burgers and dogs, Carolina barbecue, baked catfish, corn on the cob, watermelon, and much more. Dan Klamoski will be entertaining the Crystal Room crowd tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And the price is just $14.95, all you can eat. Afterwards, head to the church auditorium, where our USO show will feature trumpeter Charlie Raymond and the 3-part harmonies of the Apple Blossoms. And don't forget to enjoy your free dessert. Now, with the USO theme, we've been asking Shell Point residents about their memories of the USO. Charlotte Stemple was a missionary, not in the military, but she still sat front row at a Bob Hope Christmas special in Vietnam. How did it happen? Well, let's find out.
My husband Willie and I were missionaries in Vietnam, and we came in 1964, which was just before the big number of American troops that came in 65. And one year a chaplain came and said to us that the Bob Hope was coming with the USO to Da Nang, and he could get tickets. So he got 3 tickets, so a friend and her husband and I were the 3 people that got to go. And while we were standing there, all of a sudden, a military policeman came up and he said, "Excuse me, Bob Hope has decided this is going to be his program for his annual Christmas show. Bob Hope Goes to the Troops. It's going to be this Da Nang show. And so people will wonder who you 2 women are. Mr. Hope has asked that you go to the rear." Oh, how embarrassing. So anyway, we really had no choice, so we followed the MP out to the back. When we got to the back, there was the colonel, the head of the air base, that we were familiar, we were friends with him, and he said, "Oh, I'm so glad to see you girls." He said, "The girls in the dressing room need someone to help them get organized and get dressed," and I didn't know who to ask. Inside the room were these 5 beautiful women that were getting ready for the show. One girl said, "Do you know where there's an iron?" And we said, "No, we didn't even know if there was electricity out there." So she said, well, to my girlfriend, she said, "Will you hold this dress up until I have to put it on?" So my friend had the job of being the holder of the dress and shaking out the wrinkles. One girl was trying to zip herself into a beautiful gold lame tight-fitting dress. Jill St. John was her name, an old-timer. And I said, "Can I help you?" She said, "Oh no, no one touches the zipper." And she got some contraption out and pulled that zipper up, and then the band started. Les Brown and his Band of Renown began to play. And so the girls said, "Well, we have to go out now." We said, "Okay." And they said, "Thanks a lot." We said, "You're welcome." And they tripped off on the stage. So Ginny and I said, "Well, we might as well go out." So we went out, and there was the colonel. Oh, he said, "Thanks so much." And we said, "Oh, you're welcome." He said, "Where were you sitting?" We said, "Well, we didn't really have a seat." He said, "Well, I've got a seat for you." And he led us, tripping over all these seated GIs. Right in the front of the stage, there were 3 empty chairs, and the colonel and Ginny and I sat down right in front of the stage. And there was Oral, the husband that we had been dragged away from, staring at us because all of a sudden we had these really super seats. And we rode home and we told everybody, watch the Bob Hope Show. The two beauties in the front row are your missionaries hard at work.
Don't miss our own USO show happening tomorrow, starting at 2 p.m. in the church auditorium. Now I wonder if they'll perform that song Yankee Doodle Dandy at the show. You remember the line, a real live nephew of my Uncle Sam born on the 4th of July? Well, that happens to apply to some people here at Shell Point. Willie Demarest is one of our residents who was indeed born on the 4th of July.
In Passaic, New Jersey, and this was shortly after the Depression, and my mom didn't expect twins, but we were twins, July 4th, 1934, and 2 more mouths to feed, and it was a struggle. We had financial problems, we struggled a lot with health, and she died when I was 14. And I don't remember any big parties when I was young, but I made up for it when I was older. Any vacation weekend, 4th of July especially, was at my house on the lake. And we always had a big party, and lots of people. They did bake me a cake with the blueberries and the strawberries, you know, the red, white, and blue, really nice. And we had a great time in the water. You know, I had quite a few boats. Fireworks, oh my goodness, my twin brother lives in South Carolina. He really celebrated. In fact, he got so involved with his celebrations, he never sent me a birthday card. He forgot about me. Here's my hat. I bought this at a Young at Heart outing, which is our older group. Should I put it on? And I wore it that whole weekend after I bought it in Maine, I think it was, or Massachusetts. And of course, nobody forgot my birthday. And I've worn it every day, every birthday, since that time, which has been, probably 15 years. So I wear it here for the ice cream social. And there I am after one of the socials here, ice cream socials, dressed in all my red, white, and blue with my bicycle all trimmed up. And even my pocketbook was red, white, and blue that day. This is my Christmas card for one year, that the year I bought the hat on an outing with our Young at Heart, which is the older group. And this was one of the more detailed Christmas card designs that I came up with. And I really enjoy my red, white, and blue elephant. So he's part of my apartment trimmings.
After celebrating our nation's independence with hot dogs and ice cream, perhaps it's time to think about getting into shape once more. Our Health Connection catalog kicks off several brand new classes in July. Balance and Mobility focuses on the muscle groups that can help keep you upright, strengthening your posture and also helping to prevent falls. Balance and Mobility comes in 2 different skill levels. Level 1 starts July 8th, and Level 2 starts July 9th. Agility and Flexibility is a more advanced class, but it's also more fun, helping you to have quicker reaction times and be more agile on your feet. Agility and Flexibility begins July 17th. Now, one prerequisite of these classes is the Senior Fitness Test, which gauges your level of fitness in 6 different exercises. This 20-minute test allows you to more accurately measure your progress. Now, to sign up for the Senior Fitness Test or to learn about any of these fitness classes, call our fitness supervisor, Michelle Smith, at 454-2107. Now, has this ever happened to you? You want to send something across the country, but it's an odd shape and you don't have a box that will fit, and crumpled up newspaper just isn't enough cushion. UPS Room to the rescue! Not only do they have boxes and packing material of all kinds, but they can guide you through the shipping process right down to the UPS tracking number. During the summer, UPS is in need of volunteer help. We visited the UPS volunteers in today's Volunteer Corner.
Hi, Shell Point. Thank you for joining us today. We're here on the Volunteer Corner. I'm Melody Desolé, and I'm here with 3 very special guests. And typically volunteers come to the UPS room from 10 o'clock in the morning to 11 o'clock in the morning. So it's a 1-hour shift that you spend down here.
Right.
And Mary, typically what would you do? It's sort of a day in the life of in the UPS room.
Well, we are here to provide a service to Shell Point residents who want to ship UPS. And so if they come in with it already packaged, we weigh it. And then we have a person on the computer that puts it in with the information they provide, and it's placed over on the table for UPS to ship out. If they come in and it's wanting to package it, then we will actually find a box that works, and we will put the item in and put all the right stuffing in so that it gets shipped safely, and tape it up, and they provide again the information, and our computer person enters that in.
So this service is open to whomever chooses to ship.
Even Shell Point
Yes.
employees.
Wonderful.
Sometimes people come in with odd-shaped items to ship. One time we had a luggage cart. We had to actually make a box to ship that luggage cart in.
So John, tell me what different positions there are in the UPS room, because we are recruiting for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Correct. We have openings for packers. We have a couple of openings for people to work the computer. And there are people we need for crowd control when it gets bad at like Christmas time. The regular procedure when someone comes in with a package, we have them fill out a ticket, which is given to me to put into the computer. It's really very simple. We put in the date, the name of the person that the package is going to, the address, and then here we put in the person who is sending it, the weight goes here, the amount of the package comes there, and then they just either pay cash or write a check. We don't take credit cards, and you can't have it charged to your Shell Point account.
Okay, so that's important to note. The cash or a check made out to Shell Point.
Right.
And the computer is pretty much self-explanatory, but for that position, if someone is interested, training would certainly be provided.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I have a worksheet that lists the procedure, how to put each thing in, and they certainly could have a copy.
Okay, so if someone comes in with a package, we need people to help package it, help label it, help tape it,
Right.
help weigh it, and help input the information into the computer.
Well, it's amazing what they bring in. Some things that they bring are extremely delicate, so we do a lot of packing for them. And they can come with just about anything, and many of them walk in here with a whole numbers of things in a shopping bag and say, I want to ship this. So we find a box that's quite large and pack it very carefully, wrap the items individually, add a lot of the peanuts and popcorn so that it'll get there safely. And then when it's all done, we have this fancy machine here that really tapes it up and makes it very strong. We triple tape just to make sure it gets there. Probably a whole lot more tape than we need, and that may even add an extra few ounces, but that's okay. Gets there safely, and that's what's important.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, typically, using the UPS service, how long would it take within the United States to ship a package?
Depends on where it needs to go. Some places will get in about 2 days. Other places, to the further west you go, the longer it will take. Across the Mississippi River, they say it takes an extra day. I don't know why, but it takes a little longer to get across the big river. And it'll be about 5 to 6 days for California.
Wonderful.
There's another system of shipping, and that's kind of overnight or next day, but that becomes extremely expensive. And you only use that if you're in a very special hurry to get it there. Normally, anywhere from 3 to 6 days.
Now, if they wanted to send something international, where would they have to go for that?
They'd have to go to a regular UPS store. We can't handle for Canada, for instance, or even for Alaska or Hawaii. They would have to go to a UPS store for that.
Wonderful. Now, if you just do a regular package shipped out, the insurance included is up to $100, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they did choose to buy additional insurance, say it's something that's very important to the family, they could do that here as well?
They can. They can insure any amount they want to, but they have to pay extra for it. And somehow or another, they will have to be able to justify the value. They can't just say this is worth $30,000 if it isn't, nor would they get the $30,000 if it never got there. They'd have to be able to prove, in fact, the value of it. But you can insure for any amount you choose, you think the package is worth.
Wonderful. So volunteers, tell me, do they have fun in the UPS room?
Well, I work on Tuesdays, and we do have a lot of fun. We even have a little tea and coffee, but we do have a great time. It can get quite busy, especially around the Christmas season, but generally we have a great time. We deal with most of the affairs of the world and settle many of the problems. But generally speaking, our work is to ship packages for our residents, and they seem to appreciate it very much. So a volunteer here is a great job. 1 hour a week, and you get to know a lot of other people. You feel great about being helpful to others, and it really is an enjoyable experience.
Thank you for joining us here at Shell Point in the UPS room. This UPS room is located in the tunnel on the island. The openings we have are for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday morning from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock. If you do have an interest in joining this wonderful team, please contact me, Melody, at 454-2290.
It's time now to cover all of today's happenings from Resort Services, followed by your Academy News, menus, and Village Church connections.
Hi everybody, it's Wednesday, July 3rd. Welcome to the Happenings segment of Shell Point TV. I'm Bev Chandley, and I'm going to go through the list of activities that's offered for you here at Shell Point today. At 9 o'clock, we have round robin men's doubles tennis being played down at the Woodlands tennis courts. 9 o'clock, we have the watercolor group with Phil Hilton down in the art studio. Then at 10 o'clock, we have the ladies' Bible study. They'll be gathering in the Osprey room. At 10:15, the Model Yacht Club will be sailing their boats down at the Woodland Commons Lake. Then we move to 1 o'clock, where chess will be played outside the library in the Library Lounge. Then at 3 o'clock, there's a Bible study at the community room of King's Crown. At 3 o'clock, we have a Health Connections class. This one is Pilates Stretch class. It's in the Health Club. It's $5 per class, but you can drop right in. You don't have to sign up in advance. Also at 3 o'clock, we have the Memory Care Group. They'll be on the 3rd floor craft room of King's Crown. You do need to sign up for that. Then at 4 o'clock, it's Lily and Company Jewelers here for their weekly service. They'll be in the egret room. Indoor bocce will be down in the Health Club at 4:30. Then at 5:45, the church choir rehearsal will be going on in the choir room of the Village Church. We round out this evening at 7:15 with prayer and praise at the Village Church. Thanks for joining me today. Suzanne will be back here tomorrow to go over Thursday's happenings.
Hi, I'm Terry Kolath with your Academy information for Wednesday. At 9 o'clock, Painting with Karen and Herb continues in the Sable Room of the Woodlands. At 10 o'clock, we have an American Art History program, Colonial Art to Contemporary Art, in the Grand Cypress Room of the Woodlands. You can sign up right at the door. At 10:15, iPad and iPhone walk-in clinic continues in the Computer Teaching Center on the island. Generous volunteers will meet with you one-on-one or in small groups. Just bring your iPad, your Apple ID, and your password. They're available between 10:15 and 11:15. So come anytime. At 12 noon, our Academy on the Go educational field trip starts off for all aboard Naples Depot Museum and dinner at the Watermark Grill for those who have signed up.
Menus for Wednesday. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is turkey a la king with steamed rice and roasted carrots. For dinner, the special is the pasta buffet for $11.95, and the soup of the day is Duchess. In the Island Cafe for lunch on Wednesday, enjoy a grilled ham and cheese panini with a side salad for $6.95. For dinner, you can enjoy grilled shrimp for $7.95. Dinner specials on the Palm Grill on Wednesday are steamed striped sea bass for $16.95 or T-bone steak for $19.95. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
I'm Randy Woods, and just recently we had the privilege of hosting the Purdue Varsity Glee Club, and they sang a very inspirational toe-tapping arrangement of Joshua Fit the Battle of Jericho. The Battle of Jericho illustrates one of the most astounding miracles in the Bible. After the death of Moses, God chose Joshua to be the leader of the Israelite people. They set about to conquer the land of Canaan under the Lord's guidance. God said to Joshua, "Do not be terrified, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." Well, God had a strange plan for the Battle of Jericho. He told Joshua to have the armed men march around the city each day. Once a day they would march around the city. For 6 days they did this. The priests were to carry the ark, blowing trumpets, but the soldiers were to keep silent. Then, on the 7th day, the assembly marched around the walls of Jericho 7 times. Joshua told them that by God's order, every living thing in the city must be destroyed, except Rahab and her family. And at Joshua's command, the men gave a great shout, and Jericho's walls fell down flat. The Israelite army rushed in and conquered the city. Only Rahab and her family were spared. As you hear the men of the Purdue Varsity Glee Club sing this inspirational story, perhaps you'll be encouraged to read the biblical account of God's rich provision. I encourage you to read starting at Joshua chapter 1 through chapter 6. But here's the Purdue Varsity Glee Club singing the story, Joshua Fit the Battle of Jericho.
Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua fit the battle of Jericho when the walls came tumbling down. Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua fit the battle of Jericho when the walls came tumbling down. Let me tell you, brother, Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua fit the battle of Jericho when the walls came tumbling down. Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua fit the battle of Jericho when the walls came tumbling down. You may talk about your king of Gideon, you may talk about your man of Saul, but there's none like good old Joshua at the battle of Jericho. And so the battle of Jericho. Now mighty were the walls around Jericho, around Jericho, around Jericho. So very mighty were the walls around Jericho, but the walls came tumbling down. Oh yeah, I said the walls came tumbling, tumbling, tumbling. The walls came tumbling down. The mighty walls came tumbling down. Let me tell you about the battle of Jericho, 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 Jericho. Morning there was Jericho, by Jericho it was Jericho. Yes, it was early in the morning there was Jericho. God's children gathered round. Early in the morning there was Jericho, Jericho. Gathered round Jericho, round Jericho, round Jericho, round Jericho, round Jericho, round Jericho. Well, Joshua led the children round Jericho. 7 times they marched around. 7 times they marched around Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. 7 times they marched around Jericho. Then a hush fell all around. Yeah, the children made not a sound. And then up to the walls of Jericho they marched with spear in hand. Go blow them ram horns, Joshua cried, 'cause the battle am in my hand. And then the lamb chief horn began to blow, and the trumpets began to sound. Oh, Joshua commanded all the children to shout, let's shout, shout, shout. And the walls came tumbling down, the walls came tumbling down. Yeah, Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, oh Jericho, Jericho. Yeah, Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, Jericho. What a morning when Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling, tumbling, tumbling. The mighty walls around Jericho came down. Those mighty walls came down, tumbling down. Let me tell you, those walls came tumbling
glad you joined us for today's show. Tune in tomorrow as Fred Rosenstrauch tells us his USO story, featuring the Glenn Miller Orchestra. We'll also offer some patriotic tributes to celebrate Independence Day. Until then, this is Shell Point Today for Wednesday, July 3rd. I'm Jared Pike, and from all of us here at Shell Point TV, we hope you have a great day, and we'll see you again tomorrow.